Chair recognizes Congressman Gohmert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for being here in this filibuster-style proceeding. You've heard the President, his proclamation, and he said that, in essence, since Congress didn't do anything, that he had to act. And I just want to set the record straight. In July, we had a bill to deal with border issues that was viciously fought within our party, and there were massive changes and corrections that were made. And if we didn't have everybody, we had close to everybody in the Republican Party vote for the bill about 10 or 10:30 p.m. on Friday night, the end of July. So we did pass a border bill, and I'm hoping whoever advises the President will be able to tell him that. But they've got these pesky fences between us and getting to the President. I've advised the head of our CIS that, and the Secret Service was here testifying recently, that since we're told fences don't work on our southern border, we really need to remove the fences at the White House. If they don't work, they don't work. Take down the fences at the White House. But I've been perplexed. The President also said that in essence, if you've been violating our laws for 5 years or more, you're our kind of people, we want you here. If you're new at violating the law, you hadn't been violating it for a full 5 years, you're not our kind of people. We want long-standing lawbreakers. Can anybody explain to me why we should have a preference for people that violated the law more than 5 years as opposed to maybe new lawbreakers?
I'll take a crack at that.
What's the advantage of having long-standing lawbreakers?
I think the rationale behind it is that individuals who have been here for a long time, have deep ties to our community, have U.S. citizen children, are paying taxes, property taxes, many of them are small business owners, et cetera. They're contributing to the economy in our country in many ways and have U.S. citizen children. They're invested in our country. They want to be Americans, but there aren't any legal channels to do so. And because of the conversation we've been having so far about the lack of, there are 11 million people, this administration has been deporting more people than any previous administration. 2 million people have been deported under the Obama.
Okay, so you're saying that those things don't apply to people that have been here less than 5 years? If you hadn't been violating immigration laws for 5 years, then you really don't want to be a citizen? You don't want to have the advantages here?
No, the administration is simply saying that they are going to consider recent entrants a higher level priority. Whether I agree with that or not, that's what the administration has decided on. It's their discretion as the executive branch, again, under the Homeland Security Act and the appropriations that Congress has provided. It needs to balance a number of factors. So unequivocally, the administration has...
My time is short, and I'm just still looking for the rationale for saying people violated the law more than 5 years or more our kind of people. But the 5-year figure triggered remembrance as well. My friend Steve King and I had gone to meet with immigration officials in England in recent years, and we were told they have a firm standing law in the UK that until you have paid into their British system for 5 years, you're not entitled to any British benefits at all. Would there be a constitutional issue that any of you can think of if we were to pass such a law?
No, I think that the Congress has the authority, the Supreme Court has recognized a comprehensive authority to set standards both for naturalization, the Constitution says that, and the Supreme Court has said with regard to immigration that it vests exclusively with Congress. So I think you could set standards. We have in the past, the country has done that.
I completely agree. That's Congress's job. It's its prerogative.
Yep. Congress can change the law.
And you wouldn't see a problem if we passed a law like that. You've got to pay into the system for 5 years before you can participate.
And I would add that actually the majority of people who are here have been paying into the system. They pay approximately $8 billion, $9 billion into our Social Security system every year.
And that begs the question, though. There's plenty of evidence here lately, like the child tax credit, where people are getting much more back than they paid in. But since my time's just expired, I would urge lawyers that are in the room, potential area for litigation, since the president thinks he has the constitutional right to do this, and he was a constitutional professor in Chicago, seems like maybe his students have a legitimate class action for their money back. I yield back.